Hey everyone, welcome back to the Pandas tutorial for beginners series. In this video, we will explore pivot tables in Pandas, a powerful tool for summarizing and analyzing your data. You'll learn how to create pivot tables, apply aggregation functions like sum or mean, and filter data to focus on what's important. We will use a practical example of sales data by region and product, so you can see how pivot tables make analysis fast and easy. Let's dive in. As you can already see, I have created our file pandas part11.py, and let me now place the generated code. Alright, as always, you can find this code inside my GitHub repository, which I will place a link to in the video description. So, we have our data here in form of dictionary, and we're gonna make it a pandas data frame. Let's now type in Python pandas part11.py, and yeah, let's make this terminal bigger. Okay, maybe a bit smaller. So now you see we have the original sales data. We have region, product, unit sold, and revenue. Okay, great. Let's clear everything out and let's go with our first example. We uncomment that thing, and what do we have here? We're going to create a pivot table by using pd pandas.pivot table, and we're going to use the data frame, which is our original sales data, as the data frame for our pivot table. For the index, we're going to use region, which is the region here. For all of the columns, we're going to use products, like the product will be the column. Values will be the sold units, and the aggregation function will be sum. Fill value will leave at 0. Let's now run Python script again. Alright, so let's now see here how this works. We have our total units sold by region and product. Basically, when the index is a region, when we have that index equals region, here you can see we have only the two regions. They're the index. Inside the column, where we have the columns are the product, or inside product here, you can see we have all the unique products that have actually been sold. Also, in region, the index region, the unique index is there, all of the unique regions. The values that we're taking are the units sold. So, and the aggregate function is sum, which means we are summarizing all of the sold units. For example, all of the units sold, let's make this bigger once again. Let's scroll up. So all of the units sold that are in North region and that are a keyboard are a total of 300. And let's find it here. North region, units sold 300. For laptop, in the North region, we have 120, and for the South region, we have 150. This is how this works. And let's try something else. Let's try something different. Let's clear that out, and let's actually add another entry to our code. So let's put another region. Let's say East. Let's get another product. Let it be just, once again, let it be mouse. For units sold, let's say 100. And for total revenue, let's say 5,000. Control and save. And let's run the script once again. Now, you're going to see For East region, now we have East region. Okay, we have one more unique region, and we have 100 units sold for the mouse. That's how this pivot table is showed up. Basically, we get the unique regions, they are the index. All of the columns we take from product. The values are units sold, and we are summarizing, like we're taking the sum of all of them. Okay, so let's clear the terminal. Let's comment this one once again, and let's get on with the next example. Okay, this is kind of the same thing. I see, yeah, but this time we're getting the revenue. Yeah, that's how we got the revenue. We made a sum of all of the revenue from East region, North region, and South region for all of the keyboard, laptop, monitor, mouse, and phone and tablet. Yeah, this is basically the same thing as I have explained. The region is our index. The columns are product. Everything that's in product is inside the columns. Values are the revenue, and we are taking the sum of everything that's in revenue. So every keyboard that was sold in North region, we take the sum of it. Not the sum, but the entire revenue of all the keyboards that were sold in North region, the laptops, the monitor, the phone, the tablet, and only 5,000 from mouse in East region. Okay, so let's comment that one as well. Let's clear the terminal, and let's get to the next example. So we're now going to have pivot table with multiple aggregation functions. So as you can see, there's something different from this example and the one here. Let me just make the terminal a bit smaller so you can see better. Great. Now, as you can see here, values is only revenue, and aggfunc, which is the aggregate function, is only one. But here we have a list of units sold and revenue. For aggregation function, we're using units sold sum and revenue mean, which mean this is the arithmetical average. So basically what this will do, this will actually make the pivot table have multiple aggregation functions. Let me just show you how this looks like. Let us control save. Let us make the terminal a bit bigger. And let's run the script. Alright, so you see here we have pivot table with multiple aggregations, some units sold, mean, revenue. Here we have region, which is still an index, east, north, south. We have the columns that we take from product, keyboard, laptop, monitor, mouse, phone, and tablet. However, in values, we have units sold and revenue. And as you can see here, we have units sold with keyboard, laptop, monitor, mouse, phone, and tablet for the regions, for the same indices. And we also have the same for the revenue. Basically, this is the way that in Pandas you can make it so that you have a pivot table with multiple aggregation functions, so you can see everything standing there. Yeah, that basically sums up the last two examples that we did. The only difference Here you need to use a list, and here you need to use a dictionary. Alright, let's comment this one and let's get to our final example. Let's clear the terminal and let's see, here we'll only include products with more than 100 units sold. So how is this done? Basically, we create a variable filtered data frame equals data frame, and we get df unit sold more than 100. What this does is, as we have already covered filtering, this leaves only those entries inside the data frame that have more than 100 units sold, and this goes into the variable filtered data frame. For the pivot filtered, which will be our pivot table, we go pandas.pivot table, and we use this variable filtered data frame, where is the same thing as I believe this was the same as the first example. Let's run the script. Yes, indeed. Yes, it is more than 100. We have region as index. It's here. Columns are a product here. Values equals units sold. All of the sold units. And we're just taking the sum of them. Alright, and let me actually go up. Here we have mouse. Let's make the mouses in this region that was sold 110. And let's see how, let's actually run the script once again. But let's also comment this one here. Control and save. And let's run the script again. Let me make the terminal a bit bigger. Okay, so now you can see, now even bigger. Now you can see where previously, as the mouses were just 100 and our filter says above, like more than 100, when we make them 110, you see here the east region shows up. All right. And that's it for this video. You've learned how to create pivot tables in Pandas, apply aggregation functions like sum and mean, and even filter your data before summarizing it. Pivot tables are an essential tool for quickly analyzing complex datasets and making data-driven decisions. Keep practicing, and you'll be able to summarize any dataset efficiently. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.